This playoff season, there's only one place where we'll bet, and that's Fanatic Sportsbook. Yes, they're our presenting sponsor, but it doesn't make sense to bet anywhere else if you're a sports fan. Because when you bet, you earn fan cash, win or lose, which means that your bets get you closer to accumulating fan cash for authentic jerseys, hats, memorabilia, and much more. Winning just hits different with fan cash. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Connecticut residents, call 888-789-7777. Massachusetts residents, call 888-327-5050. New York residents, call 877-8-HOPE-NY. Maryland residents, visit mdgamblinghelp.org.
Hey there, Knicks fans. How you doing? It's your boy, Jonathan Macri, with you and with Mensa. What's going on, my man? For what we hope will not be the final episode of Betting and Sweating, presented, of course, by our friends at Fanatic Sportsbook. We, of course, are going to go through all of our picks and bets and things of that nature before a Game 5 here at Madison Square Garden against the Indiana Pacers. But first, I will say hello, Mensa. How are you feeling? How are the vibes? How are things? How's it hanging? Just how you doing?
I mean, amongst all the frustration, amongst the disappointment in the Knicks' performance in multiple games in this series, I want to say that the prevailing feeling is I'm not ready to stop watching Knicks basketball this season. So I'm feeling good, and I always feel good before the games because, you know, the Knicks have so much going for themselves if they just play to their strengths that I will continue to believe that the next game that they play, they will get it right. So I'm feeling good about it. Home game, and like I tweeted earlier, just win tonight, worry about tomorrow. So hopefully they win tonight and we figure it out. Game whenever, game 6, game 7, none of that stuff matters. Just win game 5. So that's just where I'm at, and hopefully the Knicks can match. Oh, my mic isn't.
No, you're good. Oh wait,
yeah.
Maybe. Yeah, no. I sorry, I was all over the place here. No, I think you were about to say hopefully the Knicks can match the moment. You know, the winner go home moment. It's funny. I always feel like whenever this moment is, whether it's game 82, whether it's, I guess we haven't had a first round game 7, or a first round first round potential elimination game, not since Atlanta, right? That was the last time that we could have gone home in the first round, and we did go home in the first round. But like anytime we get to this point where it could be the last day of the season, I never quite know how to feel. When I say never, I mean like the last several years, because I get to this point and like I'm like 1/100th of how the players are feeling, I'm fucking exhausted. And I'm like, if this is it, hey, it's summer break. But at the same time, I'm like you, and especially since, it's not down 3-0. It's not something that no team has ever done before. It's something that has happened 13 times in NBA history. And like, look, you never know. That's all I'll say. You never know. Wouldn't it be just like this team to kind of figure some things out now? Or, you know what? If this is it, that wouldn't shock me either.
Yeah. Can't be shocked either way.
No, that's the thing about the 24-25 New York Knicks. Nothing they do could shock you. That's officially the motto. All right. On that note, we are going to get into our picks. And I forget, age before beauty, beauty before age, whatever. You're going first with our 1 point bet, which is to give a spread, money line, or total bet, game total or team total. Again, this is for 1 point, and all of these lines are, again, courtesy of our friends at Fanatic Sportsbook. Mensa, take us away.
Yeah, so the last time the Knicks were in this situation, down 3-1, was against the Miami Heat 2 years ago, and the Knicks won that game.
So my 1 point bet is going to be Knicks ML. I took this around 2:30 when it was at minus 190. I don't know if the odds have moved since then because the odds move like crazy around this time. But win the game, worry about tomorrow. So I'm gonna bet with the Knicks to win the game tonight. Game 5 at Madison Square Garden.
As I'm literally pulling up right now, the odds currently minus 185. So
Tiny bit of movement.
Which means there's been more money on the Knicks if it moved from 190 to 185. Did I get that right?
Yeah, definitely.
A little slow on the uptick when it comes to this stuff. Okay. I am going to also have confidence in the Knicks tonight, and I am going Knicks over 114.5 points. That's at minus 115, so I'm paying a little bit extra for this one. But as I will get into more with another bet that I have coming up, I mean, look, the game could go in any number of directions. It would not surprise me if this game went one of two directions, which is a close Knicks win, or a maybe not as close Knicks win. In either scenario, I expect it to be a high-scoring game. I feel like that's the way this series has been trending. It has been more high-scoring than not, with the exception, of course, of Game 3. And Game 3 was just a little funky for a variety of reasons. I expect a high-scoring game. So Knicks over 114.5 points. We will go snake fashion, so I will go again with our 2-point bet. This is, of course, a Pacer-themed bet. And I didn't want to take a positive one, but I have a spin here, and I'll give you my spin after I say what my bet is. I went Pascal Siakam over 29.5 points, rebounds, and assists, getting this at minus 110. Here's my logic. For one, Pascal Siakam's been really good in this series. And more importantly than that, I do not think I think that there's a lot of stuff that the Knicks maybe could throw at Tyrese Halliburton in what is a do or die game to try to prevent him from doing to them what he did to them last game. I do not think that they will junk up any sort of coverage against Pascal Siakam. And if Pascal Siakam is going to continue to beat them by making tough shots, Pascal Siakam is going to continue to beat them making tough shots. And I think all things considered, that would probably be their preference, as opposed to, as everybody here at Knicks Film School is fond of saying, getting caught in the blender. So, it's like, basically I'm making this, I like this because I could see the Knicks having a very good outcome and this bet hitting, and I could also see the Knicks maybe not having so good of an outcome and this bet also hitting.
Yeah, I think that's really safe. The Pacers are a good enough team offensively, and they're excellent offensively, that you have to pick your poison. So if your poison is going to be Pascal Siakam versus the Pacers blender, I'm going to take Pascal Siakam in the mid-range all day, all night. And I think that may be the same bet Tom Thibodeau on the Knicks pick. So I love that. Really great.
We'll see. All right. You went in a different direction, however, but actually maybe not in a different direction. It's kind of similar to my logic here.
Yeah. I think Tyrese Halliburton is going to play his game to the most of his capacity, and scoring really isn't his game in this series. It's kind of been a coin flip. He's gone over twice, but he's gone under twice this line here. So I'm expecting the Tyrese Halliburton to show up and pass the ball. I'm expecting Mikal Bridges to finally show a pulse at the point of attack in this game 5, because it is do or die for the New York Knicks. And if you make Tyrese Halliburton dance on you in the half court, chances are he's not as efficient as he is when he's running and he's gunning. So I expect him to be higher on the assists, lower on the points. So I'm going with Tyrese Halliburton under 21.5 points here. Just has to score 21 and under. I love that for Tyrese Halliburton, who averages about 20 on the season.
I like it. I like it. I think it's a good number, and it's maybe, I don't know if there was any kind of a bump or anything because of how many points he scored in the last game. Obviously he seems to like playing in Madison Square Garden, but I don't know. I again, to the extent that the Knicks could do anything, I imagine that they will try to prevent Tyrese Halliburton from beating them as a scorer in this game. All right. Next up, this is back to you. There's a 3-point bet, putting together a 2 to 3 leg parlay. So which direction did you go here?
So I went with one of my favorite parlay structures. I generally don't like parlays because it gets to be too many legs and one leg and just crazy. But one of my favorite parlay structures is the 25-20-15. So your lead scorer going to be Jalen Brunson getting 25. He gets that in his sleep no matter who's guarding him. Karl Anthony Towns has scored 20 points, I feel like, every game in this series. And OG Anunoby has scored at least 16 points in every game in this series. So I'm taking 25 for Brunson, 20 for Towns, 15 for Anunoby at plus 165, a little bit over 1.5 for your dollar. So if you bet 10, you get 16.50 back. I think that's a pretty solid bet for basically something that's happened every game this series.
I like this, and I also like this because it is 7:14 p.m. As of now, Karl Anthony Towns is a game time decision. I think everybody expects that he is going to play. That said, if he does not play, Mensa, you're not going to be out of luck because Fanatic Sportsbook has this nice deal where if there is an injury situation, you are not on the hook for your bet. You get your money back. So that is a great situation. I am coming off maybe my favorite betting win of the season. Last game in which I did a 3-leg parlay, Brunson 30 points, Cat 20 points, Hart 10 points, and I got plus 656 on that. So I'm going back to I didn't go Towns this time because, again, was a little scared off of the injury situation. And if he plays, we don't necessarily know how he's going to look. So I went here. Jalen Brunson, 38 or more points, and Josh Hart, 12 or more rebounds. And I'm getting this at plus 900. I started saying this at the beginning of the playoff run, and I believe it is as true now. I think when it comes down to big games, you go with the old reliables, and I would be very surprised, especially if Karl Anthony Towns is limited, if Jalen Brunson did not put it upon himself to try to extend the Knicks season in front of the home fans. And then as far as the Josh Hart 12 plus rebounds, actually the only thing I'm scared of here, and you're going to laugh at me, Mensa, because it's worth laughing at, is he going to play enough minutes? Because I do wonder, with the backs against the wall, is this finally the time where we see, I don't know, maybe a little bit more 5 out, in what might be Tom Thibodeau's last game? Does he wait till now to do it? We'll see. I something tells me I should not hold my breath, which is why I felt pretty comfortable with this bet. So there we go.
Yeah, I think Josh Hart is going to have every opportunity in Game 5 to prove that he is worth being on the court. And if he is worth being on the court, I can very easily see him getting those 12 rebounds, a lot of back-breaking rebounds. One thing about you have clutch scorers like Jalen Brunson. Josh Hart is a clutch rebounder, and I understand that you can't have a clutch situation in the first quarter. This is a clutch game for the New York Knicks. Yeah. The whole game is the clutch for these guys. So I do love the idea of going with old reliables here, and Jalen Brunson at some point will solve the Aaron Nesmith problem that quite hasn't been a problem. He's averaging 29 in this series, so let's not get too ahead of ourselves here. Yep. But I do feel like he will because last time he didn't really touch the ball or score too much in the fourth quarter. I do not expect that to be the case this time around. Jalen Brunson getting 38 points feels like a virtual lock in a Game 5.
Yeah, the Pacers decided to take him away, and he allowed them to take him away. I do not think that he will allow them to take him away in this game. All right. Next up, our 4-point bet. This is going to stick with me. Yes, is this going to stick with me?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. This is our home run bet, plus 300 or greater. So I said I was going to come back to something a little bit later, and here it is. The Knicks to win by 21 or more, plus 800. Look, are any of us thinking Knicks blowout tonight? No. But again, in the spirit of, couldn't you just see this team doing X? Couldn't you just see this team coming out and instilling all of us, or instilling more confidence in all of us than we have any right to have going into what would then be a Game 6, and putting forth a great performance, and then all it is digging the knife in a little bit further. Look, Pacers did have one poor shooting game from deep. That was not a poor shooting game overall. They were very actually hot. I mean, they made a lot of twos in that Game 3. So you could say that they are due for a true clunker. Again, if Cat is limited, might we see more Mitch? Might we see less Cat? How does that look on the defensive end? So I think there's some rationale for it, especially if Brunson is going to go into God mode, which again, I'm kind of counting on. That's the backbone of all of my picks. Speaking of which, your 4-point pick.
Yeah, I like the Jalen Brunson 40 ball. The Pacers they owe a 40 ball Jalen Brunson. He got one this series. They can't guard him, and unless he allows them to guard him, they can't guard him. And then a lot of this is also what I'm tying into here is that game time decision with Karl Anthony Towns. If Towns isn't playing, Jalen Brunson is the first option, the second option, and then I guess Mikal Bridges would be the third option, and then Jalen Brunson will be the fourth option. So I expect a lot of shots for Jalen Brunson to go up. I expect him to make a lot of shots, and the books are telling you that this isn't that crazy because a 40 ball is usually around 8 to 9 to 1 to plus 800 plus 900. For it to be at plus 450 right now, the books they're not that confident that he won't get there. So plus 450, Jalen Brunson to score 40 points. Aaron Neesmith and Andrew Nemhard, please hide your kids and hide your wives. Jalen Brunson's coming.
I like that. Let's go. Okay. Before we get to our official betting and sweating picks for this, we have some the official betting and sweating picks of our team here at Knicks Film School. So again, you could find these picks on the Fanatics Sportsbook app. They go up around midday every day before a Knicks game. Again, we hope this is not the last time that we here at Knicks Film School get to submit these picks, but that is up to the Knickerbockers to see what they do. Okay. So your Game 5 official Knicks Film School picks from Andrew J. Claudio, GMAC. I just realized I got to get this thing off the thing. Okay. GMAC. Josh Hart, he went a little bit more pedestrian with 9+ rebounds. And that is at minus 170. So I got to tell you, but I would have got like at minus 170. I probably just would have gone for 10 or more, or 11 or more. But if 9 makes him feel comfortable, that's fine. I'm going to skip Jeff's bet because it's my favorite bet of the entire playoffs. I'm going to skip down to Sean with a W. Tyrese Halliburton under 5.5 first quarter points. Sean loves his first half related bets. That's minus 125. And then this is the Venus
It's
de
a
Milo.
masterpiece.
It is. It is an absolute fucking masterpiece. Jeff J, host of Casual Fridays, Landry Shamet. All he's got to do, make a 3-pointer, plus 100. Do you think Landry Shamet will hit a 3 tonight? Mensa.
He will get the ball up. I'll tell you that. He's going to shoot him.
Can I ask you a question? Did you notice at the end of Game 4, was it Deuce McBride who came into the end of the game after Josh Hart fouled out?
It was not. It was one Landry Shamet for
Landry
size purposes, according to our coach.
The East is big, man. The
East is huge.
Big. It's huge.
Time was a flat circle.
This is your again, your amazing, wonderful betting and sweating picks. Before we get to our official picks, a reminder that you could earn up to 10% back on your bets, win or lose. Use fan cash on team gear on fanatics.com, bonus bets or profit boosts in the Fanatics Sportsbook app. Stay tuned for exclusive offers all playoff long. Okay. On that note, get rid of that. Our official betting and sweating picks. Mensa,
I'm going to take the Knicks to win the first half by 4 or more points. I have Knicks first half spread at minus 3.5 at minus 105. So just about even money for the Knicks to be up by 4 at halftime. If this team has any guts, if this team has a pulse, if this team cares the way they claim to care, they will come out and they will respond the way they need to, at least in the first half of the basketball game. I'm asking for a solid 24 minutes. Don't give me 48. Give me a solid 24. If I get a solid 24 minutes from the New York Knicks, I expect them to be up by at least 4 points in the first half. So I'm taking Knicks first half spread minus 3.5.
It's funny. You just got me thinking, if I had to bet my life on the fact of the Knicks having a really good first half or really good second half, which would I pick? I might go different than you, Mensa. I might go a good, but I could see it going both ways. I think I would go second half, but I think yours is the smarter approach.
Well, I mean, the Knicks have been down 20 multiple times in first halves of basketball games, so
kind of made it a habit. So
yeah, you're not wrong.
No, well, yeah, but at the same, like, I don't know. Again, who the hell knows? Nothing will surprise me. Nothing will surprise any of us. Okay, my 5-point bet, my official pick, Jalen Brunson. Shocker that I'm going in this direction again. Over 41.5 points, rebounds, and assists. To me, this is, I don't want to say this is free money, but like, he's going to grab some rebounds. Like, even if he is quote unquote gunning, he is going to get his whatever it is, 5, 6, 7 assists. And there is, again, zero question in my mind that tonight will be a big scoring outing from Jalen Brunson. So all you have to get to is 41.5 for points, rebounds, and assists. It's minus 110. I absolutely love this bet. And I fully endorse it. Okay. Before we go, we are going to do, actually, before we get to our out of town stuff, I believe we do have a couple of super chats. So can I put this up? Oh, look, it goes right in there. How about that? Oh, this producing thing isn't so hard. What does G-Macy even do? It's like, I give him so much credit. It's like, it's pushing buttons. It's easy. Badowski, Burnham Bridges. We will not go quietly into the night. Mensa, did you see, first of all, do you know what movie this is from?
I am not a movie buff, unfortunately.
Okay.
But I know the quote is very popular.
So I'm gonna be the one who sounds like the asshole here, because I am quite certain that this quote is from something far more prestigious than the thing that I remember it from, which is Independence Day, which is a movie that came out.
The Will Smith movie, right?
Yes, yeah. I believe the year of our Lord 1996, when you were
2 years old.
There you go. Okay. There was a sequel that came out too that you should not see because it's very bad. But anyway, this quote is from that film, and Badowski, I fully endorse it. And then from Gerson Rodriguez, we won't win on defense. Might be an understatement. 25 to 30 shots for JB and Cat for us to have a chance. Listen, man, go out swinging. I'm all for it. Please go out swinging by all means. Okay. On that note, now we are going to go to our out of town scoreboard. No, there it is. Okay. First, give a game line or spread from a different game going on tonight. I'm going to let you go first because I kind of cheated on mine. Where'd you go here?
Yeah, I'm taking the Blue Jays to win a baseball game tonight. They are playing, if my memory serves me correctly, a really bad team in the Oakland, Sacramento, Las Vegas Athletics. They don't even have a home, so I don't expect them to have a win tonight. So give me the Blue Jays at minus 170, and that game is in the bottom of the second inning right now, if you want to get on that live.
There you go. By the way, no surprise, Karl-Anthony Towns available officially for TNT's Ali LaForce. Andrew, I owe you $1. Okay. My out-of-town game line or spread from a different game going on tonight is not from a different game going on tonight. This is my if you can't beat them, join them. I actually don't know if that's the proper phrase, but hey, man, if the Knicks are going out and I got to watch the freaking Pacers in the finals, I might as well make a few bucks from it, because there is no way in hell the Indiana Pacers are beating Oklahoma City Thunder if they do indeed get there. You could get this bet right now, Thunder to beat the Pacers in the finals at minus 330. I wouldn't expect the number to get that much better once the Pacers officially win, but I feel like you're going to get more value on this if you bet it today than if you bet it when the Pacers, if the Pacers officially advance. So again, why not profit from your misery a little bit? That's what a motto to live by, really. Truly. And our last bets of the night, a 1-point bet, give a player prop from a different game going on tonight. I actually did pick a game that was going on tonight. And it is a game featuring Angel Reese to score 15 or more points and record 15 or more rebounds. I got this at plus 300. Metzi, do you want to know why I picked this?
Please let me know.
Because I had heard of Angel Reese before the assignment to pick an out-of-town bet tonight. I saw her name, and I'm like, I know who that person is. I know she's good at basketball. So let's go for it.
Yeah, no, one thing about Angel Reese, she's going to get boards. And she is very good at basketball. That is a very astute observation, John.
Listen, people don't come here for anything but the most astute analysis. For your out-of-town player prop bet,
I got J-Rod to hit to get 2 total bases. So give me an extra base hit. Give me 2 hits at plus 130 for a player who I believe to be the Mariners' best baseball player. And they're playing against a pretty bad Washington Nationals team tonight. So let's have a good game, J-Rod. Let's go get a double and win some people some good money.
Is this like Pudge Rodriguez's son or something?
No, I think he's just a Dominican kid. Yeah.
I don't know. I know who Pudge Rodriguez is. I remember watching him play the Yankees in the playoffs along with Juan Gonzalez. Is he a baseball player?
Listen, I did not get heavy into baseball until
you're a young man. I know
the Mets run in 2015. So
I want to say it was Juan Gonzalez Pudge Rodriguez and Juan Gonzalez. Andrew, if I get that wrong, you could yell at me at a later time.
At a later
date,
please.
That is it from us. Thanks for tuning into the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the Knicks Film School YouTube channel and all the other stuff that you could partake in here at KFS. Again, thanks to our friends at Fanatic Sportsbook, our presenting sponsor. They've been just a wonderful partner in every way, shape, or form throughout the postseason. I hope that the Knicks win tonight for a lot of reasons, not the least of which is that I would love to keep doing these shows and making these picks. Final thoughts from you, Mensa, before we get out of here.
Just win, baby. Just win the game. Just win. If nobody's got us, Jalen Marquise Brunson got us. So I'm going to put all my faith in number 11 tonight and hope that we can come out with a win. And let's talk about Game 6 tomorrow, but Game 5 is all that matters today, and I hope the Knicks meet the mark.
It would be lovely if they did. They've surprised us many times. They've surprised me many times. I would love them to surprise me once more before the end of the day. And
I want to add on to what you were saying earlier about the Knicks motto for the season is nothing will surprise you.
Yeah.
I want to add it's nothing will surprise you, but everything will disappoint you. So even if the Knicks win tonight, we will find a way to be disappointed in them.
Man, what a crazy thing to say, but an accurate thing to say about a 51-win team in the conference finals. What a weird year it's been. This is gonna be an interesting one to think back on, like a decade from now or something. Anyway, okay. Thanks everybody for checking out the show. You could watch along with us the game, of course, on playback or on the KFS YouTube channel. And then, of course, check me and Benji out after the game on the post game, where we are hopefully talking about something good. All right. Peace out.